What's up, guys? It's Rain City MMA. Your boy Bryson here with
Joey.
And today we're breaking down UFC Mexico, Brandon Moreno versus the short notice loner Kavanagh. Hey guys, we hit again. We hit the week before that, back to back now. We started rough, but it's how we finish, and we're gonna keep going up, up, up.
All right, guys. The first prelim we're breaking down for you guys is a bantamweight women's matchup between Macy Chiasson and Eileen Perez. Chiasson coming in at a plus 135 dog, and Perez as a minus 165 favorite. Guys, Perez, everybody's been on her for the past couple fights, 5-fight win streak, and she has great momentum. She has really good chain wrestling, and she lands 4.68 takedowns per 15 minutes on a 46% accuracy, which is pretty great and pretty crazy. Chiasson, on the other hand, she does struggle under pressure at times, but she puts combos together insanely well. Solid takedown defense at 72%. So in this fight, honestly, I can see people picking Perez, but I think Chiasson's going to get it done with her takedown defense. Perez, she's a constant chain wrestler, but she has a big height discrepancy, 5'5" compared to 5'11". As long as Macy Chiasson keeps her takedown defense, I think it's going to be a rough and long night for Perez. But who you got, Bryson?
I like Macy too here. I was kind of shocked she was the dog in this matchup. I know she hasn't looked great, against Yana Santos. She missed weight, though. This is going to be at elevation. I know Perez does train down in the Mexico PI for UFC. But Macy, she throws really good knees and elbows, can mix in her wrestling when needed. Not to mention, she has really good jiu-jitsu. Has fought girls like Dumont, Pennington, Caitlin Vieira, Santos, like I just said. Perez barely won a decision against Carol Hosa, and that was the toughest competition she's fought. And I just think Perez, if she doesn't get the wrestling going, she is a little tricky on the feet, but I think if Macy stays long, and I also like the gym she's with Saif Sayoud and Fortis MMA in Texas. I just like her game plan coming in here, and like Joey said, 72% takedown defense. Not great, but she's getting taken down by really good girls. Perez, though, she does land 3.10 significant strikes per minute on 54% significant strike accuracy. When she does get you down, she smothers you, having top control. And I could see it being 2 rounds to 1. Maybe Macy wins 1 and 3, and Perez sneaks one in the second using her wrestling. I think it's going to be a close fight, though, but give me the dog, and I'll probably play her decision, too, because that might be like plus 250. So give me Macy Chiasson at dog money. All right, guys, the last prelim we're going to break down for you guys that we're real confident in. We got a bantamweight matchup between Santiago Luna and Angel Pacheco. Pacheco's coming in at plus 340, and Luna is the favorite at minus 450. I really like Luna here, 21-year-old prospect. The guy can wrestle, too. I know you guys know him from knocking out Quang Lee, making his debut. I mean, he's so young. Pops out a very clean jab, throws some nasty left hooks. All 7 wins come by finish, 3 KOs, 4 subs. And he just does really good at getting the body locks, too, when he's wrestling. Angel Pacheco, very competitive, fun fight on Contender Series against Danny Silva. Then he switched weight classes. I think he went down to flyweight and had a fight, got pieced up. And now he's back at bantamweight. He also has been inactive. I think this is his first fight in like a year and a half, almost 2 years. He's never been finished, though, so that will be interesting. A test for Luna to see if he can keep the 100% finish rate. Pacheco throws a ton of volume. He lands 9.50 significant strikes per minute on 39% significant strike accuracy. But that really, a lot of those stats come into play with that Danny Silva fight, because since then he's not putting up that same output. But Luna's going to have the 4-inch reach advantage, 74 to his 70. An inch taller, too. Younger. Pacheco's 34 here. Luna's 21. I think he'll put a show on for the Mexican fans and probably put him out. And I'm going to go by sub. I actually think he'll show off his grappling to a lot of people this time. Who do you got, Joey?
Yeah, guys, I'm also picking Santiago Luna in this spot. I just think, Pacheco with his age and his inactivity, that's not going to play into his hand. Honestly, he has awful takedown defense as well at 28%. Luna with the body locks and stuff, he's a beast, guys. Once he gets on top, he holds top control super well. Like Bryson said, he lands at a crazy rate. Throws a nasty left hook too, guys. So I could easily see him throwing a left hook, getting that body lock in, and snatching up a choke real quick. So I'm also going Santiago Luna, and I do pick him by sub as well. I think, Pacheco, he is a great fighter, but, with his takedown defense, and he only has a 41% significant strike defense, which is not very good. He's getting clipped pretty often there. So I'm going Luna money line and Luna sub in this fight. All right, guys, we're breaking down the first fight on the main card. We got a flyweight matchup between Emmanuel Rodriguez and Kevin Borjas. Borjas coming in at a plus 310 dog, and Rodriguez at a minus 400 favorite. Guys, Kevin Borjas, he doesn't set up his punches too well in a fight. He's always looking for the big shot, loading up on his back foot a lot of the time. Rodriguez, shows to have super fast hands and lands at a crazy rate, 9.09 significant strikes per minute, which is insane. He shows a lot of power in his hands, and I don't know, man. Borjas, he's fought some killers. Well, not killers, but, he's fought like Sumadarji and a couple other people. But I just got Rodriguez in this spot. I think he's a little younger. He shows a lot more power in his hands and has pretty good wrestling credentials. So I'm going Rodriguez money line in this fight and maybe Rodriguez decision. But on a long shot, maybe throw the KO just because Borjas does tend to fade as the fight goes on. Who you got, Bryson?
I love Emmanuel Rodriguez. He's going to be our first leg of the parlay at minus 400. Guys, he took Joseph Morales to that split decision on the Ultimate Fighter, and now look where Morales is. Wins as like a plus 400 dog against Alibi. That aged real well because we just saw what Alibi did to O'Day Osborne. And then Emmanuel also took out that really good guy from, I believe, Venezuela or Ecuador. I thought that guy was game and might have actually beat Rodriguez, but he handled him very well. He feints his level changes to set up the big shots. He's training with DC, by the way, too, which I love. Shows to have decent wrestling, but I'll tell you what, it's probably going to look a lot better against Borjas. Borjas does have decent takedown defense at 71%. But if you guys remember, Borjas fought Joshua Van, and Van was taking him down during that fight. Not saying Van's not a great wrestler. He can wrestle too. But I think Rodriguez is a better wrestler. I think he got the power in the hands like Joey was saying. He throws some mean combos too, works to the body. And just feinting those level changes always sets stuff up for him. And I think he'll shoot early to make Borjas think about it more. Borjas, 49% significant strike defense. He gets tagged a lot. His boxing's really poor. I don't think he puts combos together well. He kind of just jabs and looks for it. I mean, you saw that fight against Sumadarji. He was just staying on the outside the whole fight, and Sumadarji just gave a jab and took the center of the octagon. I think Borjas is going to get backed up to the fence, and I actually agree with Joey on the decision, but like he's saying, it might be a KO too, where it might be round one where Borjas' chin isn't tested through the fight. If not, I'll go decision, but if not, play Rodriguez round one maybe. But he's going to be our first leg, and we got him on the money line. All right, guys, we got another flyweight matchup here. We got Edgar Chairez versus Felipe Bunez. Bunez is coming in at plus 250. Chairez is minus 310. This is kind of a funny card. I mean, we got Van, who's beat Borjas, and now he's also beat these two guys, Chairez and Bunez. MMA math-wise, Chairez did way better against Van than Bunez did. Bunez got finished. Chairez looked real good in the sphere against Van. I like his combos. He shows to have a good gas tank, good heart. Does get held down easily on bottom, though, but to be fair, he's fighting guys like Tatsura Taira, and I forget the other fight, but he's getting held down by really good guys. Chairez lands 3.44 significant strikes per minute on 44% significant strike accuracy. He has good knees, good elbows. He likes to fight dirty. Also, crazy submission game. Felipe Bunez shows to have really great jiu-jitsu. He attempts 2.3 subs per 15 minutes. Gas tank fades guys after a round and a half. I mean, Bunez is out of there. 36 years old. I think they're setting this up for Chairez. And I think minus 310 is honestly a steal. I mean, he should be like minus 500 with some of these other fights that are lined up on this card. Yeah, Bunez doesn't really shoot. He just wants to like get you in the clinch or maybe get lucky to have a transition to where there can be grappling. But I could see Charas also choking his ass out. I mean, Charas is the real deal. And sheesh, like I just said, he fought Van and Tyra. Where are those guys right now? Oh yeah, fighting for the belt. And by the way, we can't wait for that. I always got to bring up Van somehow in a video. But I love Charas. I'm going his money line and by finish, so inside the distance. I really don't know what it will be. It could be either. Who you got, Joey?
Yeah, guys, I'm also picking Charas versus Bunez here. Like Bryson said, Charas does like to, stay on bottom sometimes, and but he does have a good gas tank, so I don't think Bunez is going to pose a threat even if he is on top. And on the Charas side, he also attempts 1.7 subs per 15 minutes. So guys, even if he is on bottom, the arm bar is always there, triangle is always there. I don't see a way for Bunez to win here. He has 22% takedown accuracy, which is insanely bad. But he also does attempt 2.3 subs per 15 minutes. But guys, I don't even see it going that way for Bunez. I don't think he will be on top at all in this fight. I think Charas is going to push the pace with his gas tank, and I think he has a lot better cardio and just fight IQ. So I'm picking Charas in this spot, and don't count out like maybe the KO here, just because he has, in the Van fight, Charas did way better than Bunez. So I'm doing Charas money line in this fight, and give me Charas maybe KO round 2. All right, guys, we got the featured fight of the evening, a lightweight bout between Daniel Zellhuber and King Green. King Green coming in at a plus 375 dog, and Zellhuber at a minus 500 favorite. Guys, Zellhuber, he uses his kicks to find his range really well. Excellent takedown defense at 94%, and he pops out a smooth jab. King Green, he keeps his hands low, got that, head movement, very elusive in the pocket. He lands 6.30 significant strikes per minute on a 52% significant strike accuracy. And, he's fought like the top elite competition in the UFC, guys. You can't name a guy King Green hasn't fought. So Huber is kind of the up-and-comer here. He has been getting a little, if I have to say, he's been getting a little screwed on some of his decisions. But he's coming back, and I think he's going to bounce back in a big way here. He doesn't do well when under pressure, but I think he's going to be the one to pressure King Green. King Green, with keeping his hands low, if Zellhuber pops out his jab and, just kind of mixes in the wrestling a little bit, makes King Green think about it, maybe in the clinch or whatever, I think Zellhuber can thrive in this spot. He manages his distance super well as well. So, unfortunately, I love King Green, but I think I got Daniel Zellhuber in this spot. I got him money line, and I would say decision, but I don't know how the third round is going to look. That's up to you guys to kind of determine there. But I'm going Zellhuber money line and Zellhuber decision in this spot. Who you got, Bryson?
I think I got Daniel Zellhuber minus 500. He's going to be our second leg. So first leg, Rodriguez at minus 400. Zellhuber second leg minus 500. I know these are some fat lines, guys, but we're just trying to win at this point, and, we're making money. You see us these last 2 weeks, we're going to keep doing it. Zellhuber, super sharp boxer. He comes from the Golden Glove background, boxing. He's 6'1", 77-inch reach. King Green's 5'10", 71. I just think Zellhuber's going to be able to manage the distance, keep the center of the octagon, pop out a jab, and throw some head kicks, too. His head kicks are mean. I know it's kind of cliche because we saw Roofy do it, but King Green doesn't do good against these matchups. A similar guy like Zellhuber's kind of Jalen Turner, and Turner knocked out Green brutally. Actually, one of the worst stoppages ever. That fight, he was getting pounded on way too long, and I think it was Dan Mariani. That guy, he lets fights go too much. And, King Green, he looked good in that last matchup, but it was like a perfect matchup for him against Lance Gibson Jr. He does throw a clean teep kick to keep the distance, Green. but he leaves his chin up in the air and keeps those hands low. He attacks at odd angles, makes his opponents think, but I just don't think it will be good for him. I could see Zellhuber knocking him out, but it's also one of those weird fights, guys, where we're like all thinking King Green gets finished here, but then it goes to the scorecards and Zellhuber wins. I'm just going the money line. I could totally see the knockout, but I also could see a choke. His jiu-jitsu's not bad. Zellhuber has a nasty guillotine. If Green does decide to try to clinch him and push him against the fence, I think that's very bad for him. He does have decent takedown defense at 72%. Like Joey said, he's fought amazing people, Turner, Brufi. I even think like Poirier or Gaethje, King Green's fought. He's fought Islam Makhachev. He's fought straight killers. I mean, he's murderer's road for who he's got to fight. But we're taking Zellhuber here. I think it's a really safe play, and I like him a lot. All right, guys, we got the co-main event of the evening, bantamweight matchup between Marlon Chito Vera and David Martinez. Vera's coming in at plus 225, and Martinez is minus 275. I'm going David Martinez. He's our last leg of the parlay. So we got Rodriguez at minus 400, Zellhuber at minus 500, and David Martinez at minus 275. I just love Martinez. He throws some real powerful kicks, mixes his kicks to all levels. He's very fast everything, like quick as shit. Shows to have very smooth footwork too. He stays in and out of range really well, avoids punches, really frustrates his opponents. He was supposed to fight Quang Lee that last fight and had to jump all the way up to Rob Font. I mean, I know he's jumping up a bigger level of competition here, but I think Martinez is so game. And I think catching Vera at this point, it's weird. Vera is 33 years old, but he's a very old 33 years old in fighting years. I mean, he's been beat up. He's never been finished before, but some of the damage he's taken, the Sean O'Malley fight, Figgy finally cracking that chin. Even in the Zahabi fight, I mean, I thought Zahabi won, but it was a split decision. Martinez times his counter punches very well. Cheeto got solid takedown defense at 72%. I don't see Martinez doing that. I think this one stays on the feet. But Cheeto's also a very slow starter, and I think that's going to work in Martinez's favor if he gets up a round early. Cheeto's fought elite UFC comp, like I was just naming some of those guys. Sanhagen, O'Malley, Figgy, Zahabi. He throws some powerful low kicks. Vera's game when he's late, and he's good when he's on, but I could see Vera trying to wrestle Martinez because he's going to get so frustrated on the feet. But I just love Martinez here, and I love him by decision. I think 29-28. Maybe he gets 1 and 2, and Vera gets 3 like usual. But I'm going Martinez. What about you, Joey?
Yeah, guys, I saw Chito Vera in his last fight against Zahabi. I was pretty close to the cage there. And, Chito Vera, he's a great fighter. He doesn't like to get backed up to the fence a lot, but when he does, he kind of is susceptible to, like, high kicks and a lot of other things. He does a lot of great work to the body, but sometimes he forgets about the headshots. He's he throws powerful low kicks, and works to the body well, but it's like sometimes he just forgets the head is there almost. Martinez, on the other hand, his strike defense is a great improvement, is what he's been working on, He lands 4.4 significant strikes per minute on a 47% significant strike accuracy, which is insane. And he mixes up his kicks to all levels. He'll throw the left high kick, then boom to the body, and hit you with a low kick, drop you. And like Bryson said, Chito Vera, he is old for 33 in fight years, and he's taken a lot of damage. So I'm picking David Martinez in this spot, as well as David Martinez decision. I know some people may think Chito's going to get finished, but I just got Martinez money line and Martinez decision. All right, guys, we got the main event of the evening, a flyweight matchup between Brandon Moreno and Loner Kavanagh. Loner Kavanagh at a plus 190 dog, and Brandon Moreno coming in at a minus 230 favorite. Guys, Moreno, he's fought killers in the UFC, shows very good defensive grappling, and he makes opponents bite on his feints a lot. Loner Kavanagh, he's been undefeated until that fight with Charles Johnson, and he's got some super crazy fast hands, and his movement is insane. But his cardio is still kind of an issue, guys. After that second round, he faded a little bit, and that's when Charles Johnson got the best of him. Love Loner Kavanagh, but unfortunately, that's just how he fights. He can wrestle when needed, though. On the Kavanagh side, he lands 1.79 takedowns per 15 minutes on a 50% takedown accuracy. But guys, Moreno's a different type of wrestler. He's fought killers in the UFC. Has some nasty low kicks, and Moreno himself lands 1.47 takedowns per 15 minutes on a 44% takedown accuracy. So I think the grappling might cancel out in this fight. And just how Moreno boxes, guys, I got to pick Moreno in this spot. I can't see a way for Loner Kavanagh to win unless you pick him in round 1. So I'm going Moreno moneyline and Moreno decision in this fight. Who you got, Bryson?
I'm also going with Brandon Moreno. I think this is too much for Kavanagh too soon. Yeah, I know MMA math doesn't work all the time. Johnson has different skills compared to Moreno, and even though he got knocked out by Johnson, hey, maybe he could finish Moreno. I think if Kavanagh doesn't get him out 1 or 2, he's out. I mean, this is on 3 weeks' notice, I believe. At Elevation in Mexico, by the way. That Elevation is ridiculous. I mean, we've seen that time and time again have a huge factor in a lot of these Mexico cards. He drops his hands low a lot of times. I mean, that's how he got knocked out. Part of that's him with the bad gas tank, but he does drop them too. He does have excellent takedown defense at 88%. But Moreno's really been working on that, and his last fight against Tyra, even though he lost and got finished, some people say prematurely finished, Moreno's been training with Mike Museki, that really good jiu-jitsu guy. I think his jiu-jitsu's only getting better. His wrestling's good. He's fought guys like Figueiredo, Amir Albazi, Tatsura Taira, Steve Urseg. I mean, he's fought the who's who at flyweight. And he lands 3.89 significant strikes per minute on 44% significant strike accuracy. Like Joey was saying, too, with those, he gets his opponents to bite on his feints a lot. He has a super smooth feint game, keeps up that right hand a lot to pop out the jab. Also, he trains at Fortis MMA, which him and Macy Chasson, I just noticed. We got 2 Fortis guys guys and girls on here. I like the 3-inch reach advantage for him. He's taller and just the more experience. Kavanagh just gassed down a 3-rounder. Now he has to go fight at Elevation in a 5-round main event in Mexico. I just don't understand how he could win it. I'm honestly stunned at the odds as well. I'm shocked Moreno's not minus 350 here. So I think taking him at minus 230 is a steal. And honestly, I want to say sub. I don't know how Kavanagh looks in a round 4, round 5. I know how he looks in round 3, and it's not great. His best win might be against Felipe Dos Santos, who, by the way, is cut from the UFC now. And even then, Kavanagh was bloodied up and bleeding, down from his hair to his face. He looked like another version of the Joker. So I'm going to have to go Moreno here, money line. I'll just play the money line at 230. If I had to pick, it's between decision submission. I'd be shocked if he knocked him out. I just don't see that for Moreno's game. But yeah, I'm going Moreno minus 230.
All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Rain City MMA. We appreciate all the supporters, the likes, subscribes, comments, any interaction with our video. We've hit 2 back-to-back weeks for you, and we're going for 3. We got a 3-leg parlay cooked up for you, and the first leg is Rodriguez at minus 400. Second leg, Zellhuber, minus 500. And lastly, Martinez at minus 275, guys. Lock that in. Let's hit 3 weeks in a row, and we'll see you at the cash counter. Woo!